Have I got some awesome news for you? Once upon a time, Andrew Tate made a product, and it was called Hustlers University. And if you're a sharp observer, you'll know that Hustlers University, in its current form, started out as Hustlers University 2.0, because the 1.0 was a series of 100 business lessons taught by Tate himself. It got taken off the market, and now we're bringing it back. And not only that, we're going to make it even better. What I'll be doing is I'm going to be showing you the business lessons that Tate recorded himself, and then at certain intervals, I will chime in, expand upon the content, and deepen your understanding of whatever he's saying. If you've been in HU, chances are that you do know me. I'm the personal finance professor. I'm Arno Winge. I've ran several companies over the last 15 years, had a lot of staff, did a lot of good things, made a lot of mistakes, and I'm looking forward to adding my take and my content on whatever Tate is saying in these lessons. It's going to be awesome. Let's get into it.
If you're sitting there wondering, you should already know, but if you're sitting there wondering, is this going to be worth it or not? Buckle the fuck up. This is the smartest thing you've ever done, because this is the first time, besides the PhD course, where I'm going to lay down all of my knowledge in the world about a particular subject. PhD course was girls. This is going to be about business. Everything I know about making money. So the way this came around was I was convincing yet another person to not go to university. I have convinced, well, I don't know if I've actually convinced them, but I often say the biggest mistake people make in their lives is traditional education. It's a waste of time, it's a scam. And I always tell people why it's a waste of time, why it's a scam. Like there's the double inflation principle that I coined myself, the fact that more degrees exist every year, which inflates them because they're less valuable because more exist. Plus the price goes up every year, which means it's less valuable because it's more expensive. If more exist, the price should go down. Scarcity and value are linked, but there's some kind of double inflation that goes on with education, which is propagated by the mainstream think tanks because they want to put you in there and they want to brainwash you. They want to put you in there and they want to turn you into a pussy, not actually teach you anything that's useful, just turn you into a little worker drone. Nobody goes to university and leaves knowing how to get rich. And if you look at all the richest people in the world or all the most successful people, they'll say, I didn't go to school, or I quit university, I dropped out. Because you're not learning anything about getting rich. You're sitting there just being brainwashed. It's bullshit. So when I was sitting there saying to this person, don't go uni, don't go uni, don't go uni, they said, well, what do I do instead then? I said, learn from me. And they said, oh, okay, well, what do I learn? So you can join the war room, you can learn there, da-da-da. So, okay, yeah, I'll join, but is there anything else? I thought, you know what? I'm gonna start my own university. I'm gonna give people a genuine option, a genuine alternative to mainstream education.
All right, quick point about this. Yes, school is a scam. It's a scam in multiple ways, as Tate already said. You have the double inflation problem, but maybe the more heinous or the more hidden problem of school is that it's set up specifically to turn you into a worker drone, an obedient slave, someone that takes instructions and just does what he needs to do and goes home at night, and then, the cycle repeats. You go home, you've done your worker bee duties, get a beer, watch Netflix, subscribe to your OnlyFans girl, and the day after you go to your daily commute and you do it all over again. It's a dreary, sad, gray existence, and I want nothing more than to save you from it. That being said, a lot of you watching this won't be able to just up and quit school or not go to school. Like if you're young, in many countries across the world, it's mandatory. You have to go there. And even if you're not, let's say you're 18 plus, well, many of us are in a situation where you can't just tell your parents, hey, bye now, I'm quitting forever, I'm gonna do my thing. There's gonna be like a nuclear war inside the family. Don't want to cause nuclear war. It's not a good thing. So if you're in this situation, obviously the most ideal thing to do is to not go. Focus on building actual marketable skills, actual useful stuff that we're teaching you in the real world. But if that's not an option, what I want you to do is get through it. We've all had situations where you'd rather not do it, but you have to get through it anyway. And if university is that way for you, if school is that way for you, if you have to sweat it out over a year, 2 years, 3 years, doesn't matter. Go through the minimum necessary effort just to make it through. Like I quit university 3 years in when I started making way more money than my teachers. So that was a good time for me to say, hey, it doesn't really make sense to keep going on with this because I don't like it. I'm making more money than my teachers. What am I doing here? But if you're at zero now, or if you're close to zero, or if you can't like sustain yourself, if you still have to build up your income, build up your business, build up your side hustle, that's absolutely fine. Just get through school, do the minimum necessary, and in the time that you have left over, which should be quite substantial, you can focus on your side hustle, focus on your skills, focus on building yourself and learning what is necessary to build up that income and get that momentum going. You just have to pass. You don't have to pass summa cum laude. I've never met a successful guy that immediately started bragging about his grades in university or school or whatever. That's not a thing. You don't get extra points for that. Just get through. If you need to finish it, finish it. If not, get to a point where you're comfortable saying, hey, I'm making good money, making so much money. Why am I still doing this? Let's stop it right now. But if you're not there yet, let's get you there as fast as possible.